everybody, this is Marshall, and thank you for watching. And for those who are new, welcome to The Process. And this is my lovely, adorable, handsome, and sexy husband.
What's happening?
My man.
Yes.
Vito.
It's been a long time since we have spoken to you, our brothers and sisters, viewers and subscribers of all walks of life.
Really?
Thank you for joining in with us. Thank you. Good to see you. I don't know how to act. I think I want to go on a crazy tantrum here. I think I do.
Hello, you guys. It has been a very long time, and we're happy to be back with you. A lot has been going on behind the scenes.
It's none of your business.
So trust me, it's a lot in regards to the process life and what God is doing, and the new things. Yeah, good new things that are coming.
Good things.
And it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, energy, sweat, tears, prayers.
Yes.
All for you
Trial,
guys.
storms.
Yeah.
Well, for us first.
Storms, struggles. So trust me, when God God tells you to do something, understand it's not going to come easy. So trust me, you are in our prayers, on our mind.
And I'm pretty sure we were in their prayers too.
Yeah. So
we felt y'all prayers.
Trust us. We really
definitely
wanted to
needed it.
We wanted to be here, and we miss you guys, definitely. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about a part 2 of the last video that we did, 3 weeks ago? So if you haven't checked that video out, please check the video out. And
do you remember the video?
I do. It was in regards to how long I had to wait. And after the video, we got a lot of questions. We got a lot of comments. We got a lot of people that was understanding.
And some of them was teed off with you.
People that was mad.
You sold that seed. In their heart, y'all was being biased too. I want to let all of you know that they were being biased. But I know how you feel, Marshall, because I be feeling the same way too. Vito, you was out there just doing your thing and doing this and doing that while she up here.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you. I appreciate the support. I felt you guys. I felt it.
Y'all was being ugly, and God don't like ugly. He love pretty.
We understand, you guys, that we are in this wonderful fleshly bodies, and we have emotions, and they are legit emotions.
What was that one? What was that comment that the woman said? She said, "Dog, I mean, this is why we doing the part 2." She felt like that she had it going on, and she felt like
yes. So
that's
why,
is what triggered this video.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you please stay tuned, we want you guys to really sit back. I'm getting ready to open myself up once again and tell on myself once again.
No, you not.
I am. God has been. After that last video, God has really been dealing with me. And it was some things he wanted me to go ahead and share, because technically I didn't get the full revelation till after that video.
Wow, look at that, buddy.
Hey, these videos are not just for you guys, it's for us too. So I'm going to share it with you guys. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. We shall see.
I think after this video here, I think that we're going to start receiving speaking engagements now.
Anyway, talk to you guys in a few minutes. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned, and we shall be back. Yes. All right, you guys, I am back. I really wanted to just kind of find out where the inspiration came from. It did come from one of the comments that came in regards to, I'm just going to say a little bit of it, in regards to the last video, and it said this person would be feeling some kind of way too, just like I did, if her husband has only been waiting for 6 months plus. I'm just worried in general that he won't be as holy as me. So that's where this inspirational ideal of having this video came from. So let's get to it.
Let's talk about it, baby. Let's talk about it.
After that video, a lot was still running through my spirit in regards to the wait time. And a lot of us put a lot of emphasis on the time, on how long, on the years and the months. And then God was giving me this revelation. You guys are worried about the wrong thing.
Yes.
The heart is what matters.
Right.
Not the years, not the wait time, not, what you think is important isn't important to me. This is what he was talking to me. He says, you think you waited 10 years, but did you really? And I'm thinking, what? God, what are you talking about? Did you really? Because technically, when you really think about it, within my 10 years, there were some things that I had issues within with. It may not have been an outward sin. It may not have been a marriage that God never ordained. It may not have been a child out of wedlock. It may not have been me dating everybody and their mama. It may not have been me having sex all the time. But what about the pride? What about you think you got it going on? What about you think that you're holier than thou because you think you're doing it the right way? God said, maybe, Marshall, you were waiting long because you didn't have it going on, because you were not holier than thou, and that maybe that you were sinning within.
That's powerful.
And it took me 10 years to get it together. So technically, if I really want to be honest, my wait time wasn't 10 years if I think about it the way that God thought about it. My wait time was probably the same time as my husband.
It was.
Because when I went to God and I said, God, if it's meant for me to be single, take the desires away.
It is.
And I meant that thing because I was tired. I was frustrated. I was like, you know what, God, I'm tired of going through this. So it's got to be something within me where you want me to be in you that I'm not there yet.
Exactly.
When I grab a hold of that revelation, when I grab the hold and surrender to God in regards to where God wanted me to be and His will for my life,
that's
and
when
I
your
let
waiting
go,
time started, really.
And 3 months later,
that's when your
he showed up.
That's when your wait time started. Yeah.
And one of my girls, love her dearly, she actually saw it. She made a comment too, and she actually was like, Marsha, I remember one of the videos you was telling me, it was like 3 months after you hadn't committed to God and said, God, take these feelings away from me, and then Rito showed up. So technically, I could actually say that my wait time
was 3 months.
Was 3 months.
Yeah. When you give it up to God, right?
That's what I did. I gave it up to Him.
That's
and
when
3 months later,
that's when your wait time
He showed up.
Yeah.
So He showed me this too, y'all. And y'all might not like me for this, and I'm going to be honest with you.
Say it, babe. Say it.
When I was waiting, and I thought I was waiting the right way, because I was doing a thou shalt nots. When you follow the law, when you follow
there you go.
the religion, when they say don't do this, don't do that, live like this, live like that, I'm doing are the deeds, but the heart
is
not lining up with the deeds, because you cannot line up heart and deed. The heart must come first, and because of the heart, God and the Holy Spirit will guide you in the deeds of what He wants you to do.
Exactly.
So technically, the 10 years was Marshall's strength.
You was abiding by the law.
I was doing what Marshall felt was right, because the law said, "Thou shalt not."
That's right. That's right.
I wasn't doing this thing by the Spirit. A lot of us are waiting on our own strength, and we might as well be out there doing our own thing. Because technically in the Spirit we are.
That's right.
Because we're doing our own thing, thinking that we're all of that. That's why a lot of us are waiting. God said that's why you waited for a long time. Because you thought you was doing it the right way, but you was doing it the law way. You wasn't doing it the spiritual way. You was doing it the fleshly way. You didn't do it the way I wanted you to do it. You was doing it Marshall's way, because I wasn't having sex, because that's what the Bible said. I was not going on a date because I felt like that's what the the God told me not to do, because I wanted to be in ministry, and and I felt like all these things I was doing was giving me merits in my wait time. So I know my husband coming because I got this thing going on. I'm in ministry, I'm in doing this, and I'm doing that. I'm helping the needy. I'm helping the poor. I'm doing all this thing, and I know I got it going on. See, it's not what you do. See, people see what you do on the outward appearance,
but
God
sees what's in that heart.
What people cannot see. He see why you doing what you doing. See, people see the what, but the why. I'm doing this because I want a man. I'm doing this because I want to be all I can be for the man that God going to send me. And God said, I'm not sending you anyone until you do what I want you to do.
And that's really submitting your faith and your heart to God.
Right.
That has nothing to do with works nor religion. Immediately when you said, God, you know what? Whatever your will is for me, is it for me to be single, or if it is for me to be married, let your will be done. When you mean that thing from your heart, that has nothing to do with your religion. It has nothing to do with what place of fellowship you go to. It has nothing to do with you being part of whatever ministry you're part of. It has nothing to do with how many times you read your Bible. It has nothing to do with how many times you pray. It has nothing to do with how many times you fast. It has nothing to do with how many times you do this good deed, you do that good deed. What matters is that you said it. Is the minute when you surrender your heart to God and believe that whatever his will is at that moment, your process of waiting starts immediately. And that's why God waits on that. And when he waits on that, immediately he moves into action of what it is his will is for. Because the same thing happened to me. The minute I said, you know what, when I was crying in Atlanta, getting that truck loaded, that trailer loaded, and I cried unto the Lord, and I said, God, why does this thing continually happen to me? Why is it that I'm continually making the same mistakes over and over again? Why is it I'm continually choosing the wrong women over and over again, crying out to him? Because everyone that you've chosen, you chose on your own. I have not chosen those women for you. That was you doing that. Okay, God, you choose the wife for me. How do I know her? How would I know her? I don't know how to identify her. And that's when he started giving me an instruction. Immediately at that moment, I gave my heart to him, and I refused to use my flesh and what my personal preference was, or what my personal desire was, or what my flesh desires to want to be connected with. I left it in his hands, and I trusted that he was going to make the decision to choose who he wanted to choose. I did not have no holier than thou attitude. I didn't feel like that I was better than the next person. It's amazing when you repent. It's like all of that religious stuff goes out the door, doesn't it? Because at that moment, you are already at a repenting state, and you're like, enough is enough. I'm tired of doing this my way. I want to do this God's way now. And you mean that from the heart. Your waiting process was 3 months. Mine was 3 months. Look at the perfection of God. Your waiting was really 3 months. When you gave it up to God at that moment, 3 months later, I came. When I gave it up to God that moment, 3 months later, he told me. So you tell me that ain't God perfection. A lot of people who are watching this video, they say, well, if I'm doing this and if I'm doing that, that's going to make me right with God. Let me tell you what make you right with God. When you obey what God tells you to do, when you are ready to surrender, when you surrender to him completely, that's what makes you right with God. When you believe that Christ died on the cross, that's your faith. You have to matriculate that faith, or take that same faith and apply it to God, trusting in what God decision, what he wants to do. But when you think in your mind that you are more better than the next person, or because you've been single for a long time, that qualifies you. No, what qualifies you is when you are obeying God at that moment, when you're ready to surrender. When you surrender, now that qualifies you. Because now you put in your whole life You laying your whole life down. You laying down your whole agenda. You laying down what your personal preference is. You laying down what your personal desires is. You laying down everything that what you used to hold on to as what you would use to be your personal preference or what you desire. You casting all that down and said, okay, God, you know what? Whatever you want, I'm ready for it now. Now your process starts. Now your waiting time starts. And the crazy part about it, you don't even know it's a waiting time no more.
It seemed like when that part of my life, when I surrendered my all to him, and God sent Vito within 3 months after, I felt like that time was the time that I stopped waiting. It was as if the clock had just stopped. Yep. And I was no longer waiting. I was no longer frustrated. I was no longer, I was no longer consumed. It was just me living. I was existing. I was no longer waiting.
You ain't worrying about the months.
I wasn't.
About the years.
I wasn't.
You weren't worrying about what time it was. You were just living.
And y'all, when I tell you this, I'm telling you this from
experience.
And right now, present, current revelations.
Yeah.
I didn't get these revelations prior to these videos.
Wow.
I'm getting these revelations as we're doing these videos.
Yeah, right.
We've already given y'all our past. Most of these videos that's coming out are current things that are happening in our life that we can now look back and say, wow, that wasn't God. Wow, that was flesh. Wow, I thought I had it going on. Wow, but I did not. And even when I was thinking, I waited 10 years, just my attitude, and I waited 10 years, and this joker did not, that lets me know. That lets me know right there, see, that's why you're behind waiting 10 years, Marshall, because I was thinking to myself.
Because you were still in your flesh, you were doing it on your own.
And think about this, when we have that mindset.
Yeah, that's the key.
And God has the one that he has for you.
Yeah.
He cannot introduce that person to you yet, because your mindset isn't where it needs to be.
You're still in the flesh.
Had Vito came before my mindset was renewed, I would have rejected him. I would have thought he wasn't mine. I would have been looking at all the things he had, all the things I had. I would have been comparing. And God was like, no, baby doll, you're not ready yet. Yeah, you need some more time. Yeah, 5 years later. Yeah, 6 years later. Yeah, 7 years later. And as the time's going, I'm not knowing nothing's, I'm thinking everything's fine with me because I'm waiting the right way.
Can I honestly say this too? If it's okay to say this?
No, it's not.
Sure it is. I'm just doing it just out of respect, but I already know you're going to be like, yeah, baby, sure, go ahead.
Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, see that? See that? I told y'all. It is. He can meet you wherever you are. He just wants you to yield, right? He just wants you to yield to him and surrender and trust in him that he is going to have his way with you. It's got nothing to do with marriage. It's got something to do with you being content with your relationship with him.
And that's the key.
When you surrender, it had nothing to do with marriage because you said out of your heart, God, if you want me to be single, I'm fine. If you want me to be married, I'm fine. You meant that thing.
But I need to be content where I was.
But you had to be content where you was. But when you said it and you meant it from your heart, at that moment, God was like, now she's ready.
And then I wasn't ready.
You know what I'm saying? You wasn't ready.
Right.
But really, in reality, you really was ready, but you didn't know that you were ready, which is a good thing. You don't supposed to know that you're ready.
And that's another, I believe, another key element. I'm giving y'all a lot of key elements here. When you think you're ready,
you're not ready.
You're not.
Nope.
When you think you got it going on,
you're not.
You're not.
Nope.
When you think that you're higher than the next person because of what you have or what you're doing.
How long you've been celibate? How long you've been single?
Yes. Do you know that an individual can be celibate for 10 years? And a person and not be in God's will. They can not have sex all day long,
but still be out of God's will,
and can be disobedient in other areas, and still not be in God's will. And this person over here just had sex, just repented, just gave their heart and soul to God, and guess what?
And they're in God's will. And God send them their spouse.
Or whatever it is that God has promised them. It has nothing even really to do with marriage.
No, I'm just saying,
it's the promises of God.
That's right.
It's the promises of God that we are waiting for, because God is trying to get us positioned to receive what He has for us.
Exactly.
Why would He give us something from Him? Now, the enemy can send you things when you're out of whack. And that's a lot of times where confusion comes. When we're out of whack and all these little counterfeits come and they want to, be with you and you're trying to figure out. When you're in position, can't nobody approach you. Because you already see it before it comes. In those 3 months, ain't nobody approach me. Them 3 months, I didn't have any counterfeits. In those 3 months, nobody was trying to holler at me. I was minding my business, being about my Father's business. And when I say that, is being obedient, being content where I was. And he come 3 months later.
Her works, it's amazing. Your works and my works were the same thing.
But look differently.
Yeah. I mean, and when I'm saying works, I'm not talking about physical working. I'm not talking about you're working in a religious aspect, but I'm talking about the work of just faith and trusting and believing in God, not for no spouse, but just believing in God in our relationship. It was very similar. I surrendered, you surrendered. We both meant it from our heart. 3 months later, bam, we both got together. Our waiting process was 3 months. When you give it to God, because God doesn't operate off of Chronos time. He doesn't operate off of, January, February, March, April, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 2015, 2019. No, he operates off of whenever he makes the decision. And the timing was perfect in his eyes. He knew that he already knew that I was going to be in Atlanta repenting. He knew wherever you were was going to be wherever you were repenting. And he knew that in that 3 month span, he was going to bring both of us together. So we both really waited at the same time.
So really just check your motive, check your heart. Ask God to examine your heart. Ask God to examine where you are in Him and your relationship with Him. Because we may not even know what could be hindering us. And it could be nothing. You could just be waiting for God, and that's fine. But what if there is something that you're not aware of? What if there's something within? Because really what you say, because just like this young lady say, I hope the person isn't as holy. I hope I'm not as holy as the next person. Even when you speak
They'll be concerned that that person is not holy as them.
When you speak that, that's pride.
That's pride. And that's a religious spirit too.
Check your heart, baby. Check it. And I had to check my heart. And even after that, God was like, you technically didn't wait 10 years. I'm like, huh? Y'all, that was like he just bust me in my throat. I'm like, what do you mean? You technically didn't wait 10 minutes. Not the way I wanted you to wait. You waited your way for 10 years. You didn't wait my way, which is totally different. Okay? So I really hope that this video will shed some light on the purpose of waiting and how you wait and what God, his ways are not like ours. His thoughts are not like ours. What we think is glorifying God, God is really saying
but
no.
You know what, babe? That's a struggle, though, isn't it?
It's not easy.
It's not easy to really surrender, give everything up to God. Because I'm gonna tell you,
it took 10 years, I guess, for me.
It did. It probably took 10 years for you to surrender, but look how long it took me too. If you think about it, it took me way longer than 10 years to surrender to God. I mean, you talking about I was already married for 14 years and I already knew that wasn't God. So you figure, good gracious, out of that, then come and go into another relationship. Come on, it took me a long time to surrender and trust God.
Right.
And it's not easy to trust God, but it is very bearable to trust Him because you can do it. You can do it. It's just the fact of the matter, will you do it?
Yeah. And the power is within you. You can do it. You can activate it. So again, you guys wanted to say thank you so much. Thank you for just loving us and supporting us and praying for us as we do with you guys. Again, a lot is going on. If you don't see us here on YouTube, we have other social medias. We're always, on Facebook. We're always on Instagram. We're definitely in our private. Young ladies, if you have not joined our private group, do that, because that's where we are every day, pretty much. Every single day, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm talking to the ladies. So please join that. I will have all the information down in the description box. And we will be having some awesome announcements that's going to be coming soon. And a lot of you guys are already asking for it. It's coming soon. So just hold your horses. Keep praying, because God is doing some new things with the process life. Love you guys. Anything you want to add?
And we just coming to a city near you eventually in due time.
Oh, we love you guys. This is your process.
You never know.
Embrace it, trust it, and love it. Be you.
And keep it moving.
And keep it moving.
I want to say something else, but keep it moving.
Keep it moving, y'all. Bye. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like,
Love
and
y'all.
share with your friends.
Peace, peace.